Hello everyone. Today in this video lecture we are going to study about the coverings of a heart. In a heart is protected from outer environment by certain layers. These layers protect heart from shock. These layers protect heart from infections. As heart is a visceral organ present in the middle mediastinum, so it is covered by layers. So if we will talk about heart walls, the outer one is the pericardium. Now what is this pericardium? Pericardium is the serous membrane. Now what is this serous membrane? That means it contains certain cells which secrete serous fluid, that is pericardial fluid. Next to pericardium we have myocardium, which is the most thickest layer in the heart, where it possesses cardiac cell, cardiomyocytes, which do contractions and relaxations. And inner to it we have endocardium, which is a single layer of cells, of endothelial cells. The endocardium is made from endothelial cells, so it is a single layer or single cell layer. Now let me discuss about pericardium. Now if you can see in this picture, this particular membrane kind of a structure is pericardium. Now this pericardium has a very unique structure. This pericardium is divided into parietal wall and visceral wall. This particular thing which has been taken out by this doctor here is the parietal pericardium, and one pericardium, the constituent of pericardium which is very intact to this particular heart wall, is the visceral pericardium. That means the part of pericardium which you can see here, which is like this, which is outer to heart, which covers the heart, is the parietal pericardium, and the part of pericardium which is just closed, very close to the heart, is visceral pericardium. And the space between this parietal pericardium and visceral pericardium is the pericardial space. Like you can see here, this is the parietal pericardium, this is the visceral pericardium, and this space here is known as pericardial sac or pericardial space or pericardial cavity. In this pericardial cavity or pericardial sac, there is a fluid known as liquor pericardia. Now this parietal pericardium is further divided into outer fibrous. The outer part of parietal pericardium is known as outer fibrous layer, and the inner part of parietal pericardium is known as inner serous layer. And the pericardial fluid is secreted by this inner serous layer. Let me revise again it for you. The outermost pericardium is the outer fibrous layer, then we have serous layer, then we have visceral layer. Outer fibrous layer and serous layer comprises of parietal pericardium, and the visceral layer is epicardium. One thing you have to remember here, that the visceral pericardium is also known as epicardium. And what this pericardium do? It maintains the position of heart, and it also prevents heart from overdilatation. The heart is attached with the sternum by sternopericardial ligament. So this was all about the heart walls. You have to remember about the pericardium, then myocardium, that endocardium, pericardium constituents, like it constitute of parietal wall and visceral wall. Parietal wall further constitute outer fibrous and inner serous layer. So this was all about the heart walls.